Hey, what is up, everybody? I'm going to have to tell you guys the craziest stat you have ever seen in your life. Yesterday's lock of the day was Evander Kane, over 3.5 shots. Yesterday, the Edmonton Oilers scored 6 goals in their game yesterday. I think they lost 9-6 or something, right? So they even got beat bad, even though they scored 6 goals. The Calgary Flames scored 2 goals in the first minute and 30 seconds of that game, which is already wild enough, okay? I know I just barely started watching NHL, but for someone to score 2 goals in less than a minute and 30 seconds, that sounds like that does not happen very often. You want to hear something that also never happens? I went back and I looked at the last 50 Edmonton Oiler games. In games where the Edmonton Oilers went over 5 points, you want to know how many times Kane took 0 shots? 0 times. You want to know games where he took less than 1 shot, or he took less than 2 shots? 0. You want to know times he took less than 3 shots? 0. In the last 50 Edmonton Oiler games, let me tell you again, where they went over 5 points, Evander Kane had never taken less than 3 shots. Last night, Evander Kane took 0 shots in a game where they scored 6 points. If that isn't the craziest thing you've ever heard in your life, here's my lock of the day yesterday. I put big money on Kane yesterday. I was super confident in Kane. Even by the end of the day, got raised to 4.5 shots by the end of the day. He'd had 0 shots on goal. That's just kind of how things are going for me right now. Our lone hit of the day was Andrew Wiggins. Andrew Wiggins had a fantastic day yesterday. He went crazy. Hey, Draymond Green is we said under on his 7.5 points. They're blowing out the Dallas Mavericks by 20. It's late in the fourth quarter. Doesn't need to be in the game. Draymond Green gets a late layup. You want to know what he finishes with? 8 points. He also got an and one. You want to tell me the last time Draymond Green got an and one? Pretty wild stuff. Bummer. Just a bummer. I'm like flabbergasted at the Evander Kane stat. For him to not even take a shot is just the craziest thing to me. And I just told you guys in the last 50 Edmonton Oiler games, 50. That's over half of a season. I didn't even go back any further because it wasn't even worth it, I felt like. In games where he took less than 3 shots and they scored over 5 points, 0. Not a single game this season. So that's pretty wild. But is what it is. Gotta just take it to the chin. We'll get into today. Let's get today's picks in. Real quick, if you guys are new to Underdog Fantasy, make sure that you there's a link down in the description I have that automatically takes you to the App Store where you can download Underdog Fantasy. Also throws in my TAKEMYSHOT code when you guys sign up for that. So when you make your first deposit, it helps me out big time, as well as it gives you a 100% deposit match up to $100. So if you throw in $20, for example, you'll get actually $40, and they'll give you another $20 free just to bet on for funsies, a little risk-free bets for fun. And so that is always nice as well to get those risk-free bets. Also helps me out, like I said, big time if you guys use my code TAKEMYSHOT. Because all my picks every single day are always going to be Underdog Fantasy picks. I think it's the best player prop betting app out there. With that being said, now let's get to today's picks. All right, baby, coming in hot with today's lock of the day. Really bounced back and forth between a lot of guys. There's a lot of plays that I'm kind of liking today. You know, I really went back and I reevaluated the last game. Okay, I looked at, one-on-one matchups. How was this playing? How was this person playing versus that person? How was so-and-so playing against so-and-so? When he's off the floor, how is he playing when he's off the floor? I was looking at a lot, okay? So today, our lock of the day is going to be under. On Boston Celtic, we're going to go under on Grant Williams, Mr. Game 7 himself. Obviously, Game 7 was the game of his life. He scored 7 points in Game 1 in this versus Miami Heat in the series. Marcus Smart is back. That's going to take away basically all of Grant Williams' shots. He's going to get the occasional corner 3. He maybe gets an occasional wide-open fast break layup. Those are going to happen. Those are going to come. I like the chances for him to go under 10 tonight. Like I said, he had 7 in Game 1. A regular game for Grant Williams is only about 5-6 points. And they're getting back one of their guys who averages about 13-14 here in the playoffs, which is Marcus Smart. So I like the chances for Grant Williams today to go under 10 points. Just too many other weapons on the Celtics team. He's not on the floor in crunch time. He's not the guy that's going to be at all taking shots in crunch time. So if he doesn't have a lot of points, by around the end of the third quarter, he's not going to get in the fourth quarter. So I like Grant Williams to go under 10 points today as our lock of the day. Next up, we played him last game, and I'm going to play him again. He started the game 1 for 5. Also got an early foul trouble. So we're going to go over on Max Strus's 12.5 points. I think today, with Marcus Smart back in the lineup, Jimmy Butler's going to have to become more of a facilitator. He's not going to get 41 this game. He's just not going to. Not versus Marcus Smart. In his career versus Marcus Smart, he's only averaging 21 points per game. And he hasn't touched his point total once as a Miami Heat player versus Marcus Smart this season. He's gotten 26 twice. I thought about doing the under on Jimmy Butler, but I don't want to touch it because I know as soon as it comes out of my mouth, he's going to go crazy. So, and I want the Heat to win the series. So, I'm not going to touch Jimmy Butler tonight, but I'm going to touch Max Strus. Like I said, he started the game 1 for 5. He finished with 11 on the night. Plus, he got in foul trouble. I don't think he starts the game off that bad again. Obviously, hopefully, he doesn't get in foul trouble. That doesn't happen normally for Max Strus. So I'm going to go over 12.5 for Max Strus today. He's averaging a pretty solid amount. He's had a couple of bad games. In the Philadelphia series, he had a couple of rough games. But since then, he's kind of really turned up his offensive ability and is scoring a lot. Like I said, just a bucket away last game had he not had a bad start and gotten in that foul trouble. So I like Max Strus today over 12.5. I think Marcus Smart is going to isolate Jimmy Butler a lot today. I think his role players around him, like Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, those guys, Tyler Hero, are going to have to get buckets today if they want the Miami Heat want to try to win this game. So I like Max Strus over 12.5 today. All right, our last play of the day is going to be coming from the Boston Celtics. We're going to go under on Jason Tatum's 41.5 PRA. We're going to go to PRA today. I have a feeling, for one, he's not going to have as much offensive score. I don't think he's going to get as much points this game. I don't think he's going to get to 29. Had a pretty big first half last game and then got shut down for the most part in the second half. Also, assists were up in the 6. He had 6 assists in that first game as well as 8 rebounds. Marcus Smart is back in the lineup. Obviously, Marcus Smart is their primary facilitator. So I think Marcus Smart's going to take away from a little bit of Jason Tatum's assists in this game. Also, Marcus Smart is a pretty solid rebounder. He gets about a handful. Of course, when I say handful, I always mean 5 or 6. So when Marcus Smart is on the floor, obviously Tatum's offensive production as far as assists and rebounds goes down just a little bit. Obviously, Marcus Smart has to take some of those shots. Marcus Smart is going to be running the offense a lot more. Jason Tatum's strength is not passing the ball. He's not a playmaker. He's obviously more of a shot creator, more an off-the-ball scorer. So I like Tatum to go under on his PRA today. I thought about his points, but I feel a little bit more solid with his PRA today. The Heat aren't the greatest rebounding team in the world, so he still has a chance to get a handful of rebounds. But I have a feeling Jimmy Butler's going to lock him down. I don't think he's going to have 29 points like he did last time. And then he's not really going to get much from the assists and rebounds total today. So I like Tatum's PRA to go under today. So we're going to lock that one in under 41.5. All right, baby. That means it's perfect 3 slip time. So let's get into it. Our lock of the day is Grant Williams under 9.5 points, Max Strus over 12.5 points, and Jason Tatum under 41.5 PRA. All 3 of these plays, once again, solid numbers to back them up. Solid statistics. I'm liking these 3 plays today a lot. I really went back into this game, even though I watched Game 1, I really went back into this game, and I rewatched Game 1 to see what these guys did defensively, what these guys did offensively, how these guys fared in their matchups, how they played in the time they were on the floor, kind of what the offense and the defense looks like when they're on the floor. And I really looked at these ones. No more misses today. No more misses. Let's get this sweep today. All right, guys. With that being said, it's going to wrap up today's video. Hopefully, we get no tough breaks today. Let's pray that Grant Williams doesn't hit 6 threes and Max Strus doesn't foul out and Jason Tatum doesn't have a 50-piece or something, right? Let's hope it all lines up how it should tonight. Bad breaks yesterday. Green hits by a point. Evander Kane didn't even touch the floor yesterday. Didn't even touch the ice. Andrew Wiggins did have a solid one for us yesterday, but hopefully no bad breaks tonight. Everyone just does exactly what they should, because everyone should exactly do what I'm saying today. And I can catch you guys tomorrow. Hopefully we have a good game. I'll catch you tomorrow. Peace.